As soon as they'd found Ellie, she led them straight to the lift. On the way up, Mr. Gruber explained to Paddington how the Whispering Gallery got its name. "They say if you speak very quietly against the wall, someone can hear what you are saying all the way across on the other side." "I don't think those people can have read the signs," hissed Paddington as they stepped out of the lift. He glared at the couple sitting nearby. Far from whispering, they were in the middle of a loud argument about the number of steps there were between them and the ground floor. The man said it was 239, and the lady said it felt like many more than that, especially in high heels. Paddington gave each of them a hard stare before turning his attention to the view below. Having gazed for a moment or two, as though he couldn't believe his eyes, Paddington suddenly blew several warning blasts on his whistle before making a dash for the stairs. Mr. Gruber took a glance before he followed on, and, to his astonishment, on the floor below him a group of school children were lying on their backs, staring up at the sky. It was no wonder Paddington wanted to investigate what was going on. By the time Mr. Gruber caught up with him, Paddington had joined the children on the floor. "It's all right, Mr. Gruber," called Paddington as he caught sight of his friend's worried expression. "I'm just admiring the view. Only I think a pigeon must be sitting on the roof," he added. "I can't see very much." Mr. Gruber recalled reading that if you lay on your back, you could see right up through the Golden Gallery and on through the Ball and Lantern at the very top of the building, some 111 meters from the cathedral floor. "I think you may need to fold back the brim of your hat, Mr. Brown," suggested Mr. Gruber helpfully. "Perhaps we have seen as much as we can from here. It's time we explored what goes on below stairs." And as ever, he was right. It was like entering another world. Apart from the fact that over the years it had been an area where many famous people, such as Lord Nelson, had been laid to rest, all manner of things took place there, from a rehearsal room for choir boys to a shopping centre with its own bookshop, a tea room, and a cafe. "Their buns look almost as good as the ones at the baker's in the Portobello Road," said Paddington, licking his lips as he caught sight of a display in one of the cabinets. "So they do, Mr. Brown," replied Mr. Gruber. "In fact," he added, glancing at his watch, "it's almost time for our elevenses." Unfortunately, it seemed as though a lot of other people had the same idea, because the queue stretched rather a long way. "I tell you what, Mr. Brown," suggested Mr. Gruber, "why don't you go to the shop over there to see if you can find a postcard for your Aunt Lucy, while I stay here to get our buns and cocoa." Paddington needed no second bidding, and he hurried off towards the shop. He had almost reached the postcard stand when there was a sudden commotion, and before he knew what was happening, he found himself being swept off his feet by a crowd of young boys, all heading in the opposite direction. Deciding this was definitely another one of his emergencies, Paddington gave an extra hard blast on his whistle. "Wow!" exclaimed one of the boys as they all piled into what appeared to be some sort of changing room. "You've just hit a top C! The choir master will be most impressed." "Are you new?" asked another, looking at Paddington curiously. "Hurry up, we're going to be late!" exclaimed a third boy before Paddington had time to answer. "Quick, you'll need to wear a surplice."